Hello, Barrow teachers. I want to introduce you to a wonderful tech tool from Google called My Maps. These maps are different from the regular Google Maps in that you can create your own personalized map with special features to highlight or support your classroom lessons, which you might find to be very useful. Okay, let's take a look. I want to share with you some of the main features of the map that we created and then walk you through how we created it and then give you some information and tips so that you'll be able to create a Google My Maps of your own. Here we see the title of our map, Great Migrations, along with the map's description. Down below, we see monarchs, peregrine falcons. Down here we have desert elephants and desert locust. Their migration patterns are a little bit more complex. If I click that, you'll be able to see them on the map. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to deselect them just to illustrate how creating different layers will be helpful to you in the future if you want to only show certain information at certain times. So for this, we'll deselect this layer and this one, and then we'll just focus on these two migration lines. These show the migration routes of each of these two animals. Here, we start up in Alaska to learn about the peregrine falcons. Here we have the title, Peregrine Falcon Video, with some information, a link to the video, and then the team members in the class who created this together. If you look down and you click on these nice little icons, Seattle, Washington is the next point on the migration route. Then we have Utah, the Gulf of Mexico, through Bolivia, all the way down to Argentina. So we decided to use these custom icons as well as putting some colorful photography just to give people this nice point of reference. If we look over here at the Monarch's Path, this starts up around Maine. We have the title, the video, some information, and again, the students who worked on the video. Here you can see Georgia is one of the points on the map, Mexico, and then this was really neat. The monarch butterflies overwinter in Mexico's Oyamel fir forest, so we wanted to highlight that. So we made sure to include a picture, some information, and then a link. So if you click on this, this will take who is ever looking at the map to this page to learn more about the monarch butterfly. Okay, next up I want to show you guys how we created our map. So you're going to type in mymaps.google.com and then make sure that you're logged into your account and then simply click on create a new map. Once here, you'll see untitled map. We're going to click on that, type Great Migrations. And a description. And then click Save. You'll see that information displayed right here. Once again, you can just leave this as the base layer and put multiple pieces of information on it. If you wanted to create another layer, you would just click Add a Layer. For this, we're going to call this layer Monarch Butterfly and then hit Save. Now we know the migration route of the monarch butterfly starts up in Maine, and what we're essentially going to do is take this little tool right here, your add a marker icon, click on that, and then you're going to click wherever you want that point on the map to start. The first point, we're going to call this Maine, and then click Save. Next, we're going to come down here and we want to highlight Athens, Georgia, since that's our hometown and it's on the migration route. Again, select Add a Marker and then click in the general vicinity of where Athens is. And we can put Athens, GA here. Click Save to create that point. Next off, we're going to add a point in Texas. Click Add a Marker and then click there. You guessed it, Texas. Save. Coming on down, we'll add another point, Mexico. And save. Now if we zoom in a little bit, we see right here, I believe that's the Oyamel fir forest. So we're going to click marker and then we'll type. The name in there and click save. So now that we have all of our points on the map, we're going to zoom back out so we can see them all. We're going to create a line by clicking and dragging between these points. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see what you're doing here. Next up, we're going to click on the Draw a Line box here, and then click Add Line or Shape. Then you're going to click on this point, drag the line to this point, next to that point, and then the last point where you want it to stop, you want to double click. And that completes the line. We're going to call this the Monarch Migration Route. And then we're going to click on Save. So the wonderful thing about this is you can go back in. If you click the style icon that's represented by this little paint bucket, you can select any of these colors to make your line more predominant. So we're going to click this to make our line orange. You can see it's kind of thin and not very visible. So we're going to drag our line width selector and make that line very thick so that you can see it really well. And then you're going to click off that. Now next you'll notice that the points on these lines are just pretty standard and basic. And if you'll notice from the other map, we actually had custom icons. So to do that, you're going to click on that point and you're going to click on the Style button again. You'll see some standard icons here, but you want to click on more icons. And then there's a little button down here in the left-hand corner for custom icon. And we want to create an icon that is a monarch butterfly. So we're going to type that in our search. And we're going to get all these great images. And I'm going to select this guy right here. And there he is down in our custom icons. We're going to click OK. And there he is. And there he is on the map. Sometimes they get off the line, so you just kind of have to drag them over there with your little hand tool. We're going to take this point here, Athens, Georgia. We're going to click on the style icon, and we've already created this little guy, so he's right there. We'll click on him to select, and then we can move him around a little bit. So the other thing that we might want to do is we might want to add an image. To do that, we click on the camera icon and we can do a Google image search. Athens, GA. Okay, and here's some really great images. Let's use this one right here. And select. There you go. Texas, style icon, select our custom icon. Come down here to Mexico, change our icon. Okay, so if you guys remember from the demonstration that I showed you on the original map, this point was a little unique. We added in an image. So we'll go to image search again, and we're going to type in Oyamel fir forest. We have some great images to select from. I'm going to use this one right here. Wonderful. Now, we also had a link listed here. And so let's go ahead and add that link. So to add a link to a website, we're going to click here. But instead of searching here, we're just going to go out and do a Google search. And here's the page that we want to reference. And so we're going to copy that link and then go back to our map. And actually, if we click down here to edit, once the text box comes up, we'll just copy that link there and click Save. And now we're linked to our website. Great. Well, guys, basically that's it. I hope you enjoyed walking through this tutorial with me. And just a word of advice, if you need some help getting started in creating your own map, just go and Google My Maps tutorial, and that'll take you to a page that just basically gives you the standard how to get started instructions. Google's always really good about providing those resources for you, so be sure to use them. Thanks so much, you guys. Good luck.